So let's do this. Let's play some marketing trivia. Let's play true or false. First one. I published a coupon. I'm done with marketing. True or false?
False.
Don't think too hard. False. Completely and totally false. Now, I have a plan. I'm aware of my brand management and understand that I'm marketing always. With every email, every forum post, every package, I am marketing.
True.
Coupons, sales, descriptions, pictures, my booth welcome message, Twitter, Facebook. These are all pieces of my marketing plan. True or false?
True.
True.
I made these too easy, didn't I? Of course, that is true. Correct marketing is not one single activity. It isn't, oh, I published a coupon this month. I can sit down and relax now. Phew. Come see me again next month. No, it's a continuous activity. And it's one of the most important activities that every business participates in. And this is what I heard outside, all throughout this. Phaedra, I want to do Twitter. I want to do Facebook. I don't know what to do. What do I say? How do I do it? You have a marketing plan. When you have a plan, you have a focus. When you have a focus, you no longer have to ask those questions. What we've all done is we have what we call the Wile E. Coyote plan. How many of you remember this cartoon? Yeah, we all made it ourselves, didn't we? Yes, indeed. With the Wile E. Coyote plan, most of us, we got into business backwards. We were sitting around. Some of us still have real jobs, so maybe we did. And we went up to the boss and said, I'm done. And he said, bye, stupid. We threw some stuff up online, and lo and behold, it's sold. Oh my goodness. Now we are hooked. Baby, we are in business. But guess what? We don't have a plan. We have no clue what we're doing. It's a big mistake that a lot of us made. We got into business backwards, like this, with no clue. I'm about to hit this table, aren't I? I'm going to fall and embarrass myself. Yeah. That's how we got into business. Instead of having an A to Z with B to Y in between mapped out. Oh, well, I wish I could see these. So what happens is we grab a little bit of this. Follow me on Twitter. Let's do a little bit of social media. We're going to grab some of that. We're going to grab a little knowledge. We're going to come listen to John. We're going to come listen to Phaedra. And we're going to take all these things and we're going to grab some of this and grab some of that. And what eventually happens? At the end, oh yeah, we know we got to have Google, right? We grab some Google and then, I'm so busy. I'm busy, busy, busy. I'm running around. I'm doing so much. Where's my results? How many of you, I've seen you come to me and come to Judy, and it breaks our hearts. I am doing, and you are. You're busy from the moment you get up to you go to bed at night. How many of you work a 3-hour day? I want your job, okay? I work from 12 to 14 hours a day. How many of you fall in that category? At whatever we do in life. So what we've done is we've followed the Wile E. Coyote plan. We just jump on the next set of blueprints that look interesting. Where do we end up? At the bottom of a cliff in a pile while the roadrunner runs off with a smart little beep beep. And it got us absolutely nowhere. So what I want you to do is I want you to forget about it. Right now, right at this moment, if you want to change your path, change your mindset, and your feet will follow. You know how I know this? Because if I'm looking here and I'm trying to, it doesn't work. My feet want to come this way. So clean your minds out completely. Tell yourself right now I know absolutely nothing about marketing. Nothing. And let's start from scratch today. Are we ready? Yeah. Oh my God. Did somebody pass out Xanax while I wasn't looking? So notice this track that I have here. Notice how it goes around and around back to itself. It never, ever ends. It comes back to the beginning over and over again, and that is marketing. So if you think, wow, Phaedra got me all pumped up, I'm going to run over to my Bonanza booth before I get drunk at O'Dowd's, and I'm going to market. And then that's it. That doesn't work. And I'm stressing this for a reason. We tend to jump on it, fall back. Jump on it, fall back. It's not it. Continue, continue. The snake bites its tail and continues in the circle, and life is wonderful at that point. So, the next question you ask me, okay, well that's great. Now what do I do? So unlike all these wonderful animations and everything else, I'm taking you to the nitty-gritty. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Woo. That sounded better. Step one is your SWOT analysis, and I don't mean ladies showing up at your door with a battering ram. Okay? So what does that plan stand? How do we begin? Where do we begin? And what we've newly defined as marketing. For most of us, we already have products. We're already online. Which choosing a product, where to sell it, and how to sell it, is actually part of a marketing plan. But since we took about 20 steps backwards and we're just now starting to go forward, I'm going to jump into it here. So let's move forward. SWOT analysis. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Those are the 4 things that you want to look at. Now, let's be brutally honest. What is it's you. You, all of us, we are each individually our businesses. We are the CEO, we're the shipper, we're the janitor, we're the coffee girl or guy. For a lot of us, that is the case. So when you're trying to figure out what your strengths are, you need to look to yourself if you are in that position. Are you a great communicator? Do you have a fantastic smile and adore people, and they just genuinely adore you in return without you even trying? Maybe your weakness is, you know, I'm just not great at this whole marketing thing. Maybe you're not sure about how to market yourself because you're too busy and enjoy too much marketing other people. Maybe that's one of your weaknesses. You notice I'm picking on people.
Yeah.
I warned you ahead of time. What are the opportunities available to your business? When Avena started advertising oatmeal lotion, I was in heaven. Because here is this $1 million campaign that will now sell my product that I've been making for 2 years. Oatmeal lotion. There was an opportunity for me to tag on to that. People are becoming more aware of the benefits. I don't have to work quite as hard. I don't need to reinvent the wheel. So that was an opportunity for me. And then lastly are threats. External conditions which might do damage to your objectives. What are some of these you can think of? Just eBay changes. Constant changes, thus a threat. You need to be mobile. You need to be prepared for those. The fact that they're trying to pass a law that we all have to collect sales tax right now and turn that in. Whereas one of the benefits of shopping online, we all know this, okay, is you don't have to be taxed. That's why we like it. We save that 4 to 8%. So those are external threats that you do not have control over. So you have to let go of that part. I can't change it, but I can be prepared. I can mentally be prepared, and I can prepare my business for these threats. In other words, you know the law's going to pass. Start figuring out what you need to implement to collect that sales tax. Can you afford to drop your product price by 8 cents to make up the difference? And I'm using round numbers here. So are you following me here? Do you understand where we're going? All right. So ask yourself these questions, but be brutally honest. If you ask me, is this my natural color? I'm going to have to be brutally honest and tell you, no, she's wearing my natural color. Okay? So be brutally honest with yourself. You don't have to tell me here in person, you can lie to me, but don't lie to yourself. Because the only person you're going to damage is you and your business. All right. So what do we need to do now? We're going to get personal with it. You ready to get personal with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, now you're scared, huh? What you need to do next is know your market. Who is your client? Spend time getting real personal with that market, and I mean real personal. Identify their wants, their needs, and their passions. If I was standing up here speaking to a group of kindergartners, I would not be speaking the same language that I'm speaking to a group of entrepreneurs and business people. If you all spoke Japanese, I'd be in trouble. And I'm definitely in the wrong room. So if you know your client, you know what some of their passions, their needs, their wants are, then you can speak the correct language to them. And identify, once you figure out what those are, identify how your business can fulfill those wants, needs, and desires. Example, I am the spa lady in another life, right? The ladies who I need to connect with are at the gym. You know, they're probably not 21, because when you're 21, you don't think about wrinkles, you're not thinking about, probably not worried about those kind of things. So where is my client and how do I get myself there? You know, is she the professional? Is she, you know, the mom to be? So figure out who it is. How do you do that? What is a target market? Target marketing is the breaking down of a market into segments. Concentrating your marketing efforts in one or a few keys of those. Who mentioned it earlier? Bill did, about niching down, focusing. It is so much easier to speak the right language if you're speaking to one audience versus trying to speak to 15 different ones. Target marketing can be the key to a small business's success. And it provides a focus for all of those marketing activities. Now, remember those questions y'all are all asking me outside and earlier? What do I tweet? What do I Facebook? You know, how do I do this? How do I do that? This is how you do those things. The beauty of target marketing, it makes the promotion, pricing, and distribution of your products and or services easier and more cost-effective. This will help you concentrate your efforts and quit spinning your wheels and drop the Wile E. Coyote lifestyle. I don't like ending up in a pile at the bottom of the cliff. How about you guys? It messes up the hair. So never mind. Focus, focus, focus. So let's take a look. This is your target market. This well-decorated goth lady here. You may not speak to her the same way that you would the successful businesswoman. Your language may be different. Or the expectant mother. Wow, I remember those days. Or what about this guy? Who is the hunter, the rough and tough Iron Man? Or the gaggle of teenagers at the mall. Now, if we're talking to them, we can use text speak. Whereas if we're speaking to her, she's going to think you need to go back to school and get educated. So is this making sense on how your target market decides? This helps you decide what language you use in your descriptions. Should I stick with words that are no more than 3 letters? Or can I use those larger, you know, things that I've learned by reading so much throughout my lifetime? It helps you when you tweet, when you Facebook. If I'm tweeting to them, I'm tweeting about Twilight right now. I know because I have 2 of these at home and Jacob is all over my walls, okay? Hello, my 12-year-old is salivating. If I'm speaking to her, it's going to be a little bit darker. A little bit darker, a little bit different. Ooh, okay, scary. So once you've defined those things, we have to decide what is your USP. How many of you have a USP? Okay, I have one. How many of you know what it is? What is my USP? What's at the boutique's USP? Does anybody know? Who said it? Who said it?
I did.
How many people have looked at my banner in my booth? What does it say? Spa quality, not spa price. It's my unique selling proposition. What sets me apart from everyone else? It's because I have great hair? No, it's not. Why should I buy from you and not the other lady over here making soap and lotions and potions? You know, I like her hair better. So what is going to make you unique? It's that distinct and appealing idea that sets you apart from every competitor. What makes you unique? And why should I buy from you? So now that we know what it is, let's look at a few examples. Who recognizes this? Delivered to your door in 30 minutes or less, or it's free. Thank you. I see them about every Friday because by then Mama's burnt, she's not cooking. Domino's Pizza. What about this one? Melts in your mouth and not in your hands. Wow, y'all are sharp today, huh? M&M's. And this one. The nighttime coughing, aching, sniffling, stuffy head fever, so you can rest and medicine. Yeah, I've had a few night clinics. Haven't we all? So each of these, as you can see, is a USP. It's concisely stated. They define a need or a pain. Mom and Dad are tired. It's late. They need dinner and they need it fast. Call Domino's. 30 minutes. Hot and fresh. Okay, I want to eat candy while I'm driving, but it gets all over my hands and I can't get that on the soup. Melts in your mouth, not your hands. And the NyQuil one is pretty easy. Do you know that this USP is worth $1 billion to Domino's Pizza? That one sentence. Now, when spa quality, not spa price is worth that much, y'all will not see me here, okay? So what you need to do is define the pain point